Okay, we're going to start with Nia here for our gymnastics press conference today. Feel free to use the raise hand function, and I will call on you. Tukni, go ahead.
Nia, what was it like competing in this meet after kind of talking about it, planning for it, finally getting out there for this Black Excellence?
It was so fun. Like, I honestly felt limitless. I felt empowered, and I just felt supported and loved. And I know that my teammates also felt the same way. And honestly, when we all changed our ending pose to do the fist was really also uplifting and powerful to me. And that honestly like made my whole day.
Whose idea was that? How did that come about?
DJ really, she was like, it was like a joke, kind of was like, we should all just change our ending, and I was like, yes, we need to.
Dylan, go ahead.
Hi, Nia. I've been told that you were, when you first got to UCLA, that you were kind of on the shyer side. What's it been like for you to, I guess, just kind of, right? What about this program has allowed you to maybe kind of find your voice to where you feel comfortable, speaking out on causes like you did today?
Honestly, I'm surrounded by powerful women every single day, men and women. And we've created such a safe space to be open, be free, and be our most authentic selves with no judgment and just love. And honestly, just living in this space for the last 4 years has allowed me to be able to speak out on matters that I have this year.
You seemed really excited about the vault.
Yes, I was so excited, so happy.
Could you kind of talk about how that came together, how that's kind of come together over the course of this season?
Yeah, so like the last few weeks, I've been like speaking my landing, but like I still had a lot of rotation. So I was like trying to cover it up, act like I stuck it and just run away. But like today was a real stick. And like we have been working so hard on our landings all week. And I was just really happy that I put it all together when it counted.
Thank you.
Technique, go ahead.
Nia, to have the support of your teammates who aren't Black, and to have them also change their floor routines and wear the shirts with you guys, what's that allyship meant for you to have that support from this team?
I just feel united as a whole, and I just feel united, and I just feel, like I said earlier, I feel limitless, I feel powerful, I feel empowered. Like the list of adjectives could go on and on and on for how today made me feel.
Coral, go ahead.
Hi, Nia. Lighting just changed. It seemed like on vault and on bars today, you guys had a lot more sticks than we've seen this season. What do you think was the change in practice that allowed that to happen?
Like I said, this week we dedicated our practices to landings, leaps, and handstands. And so today, because we already have the performance piece, we know how to perform and we know how to make a routine. And now it's time to focus on details so we can elevate and take our gymnastics to the next level. So that's what we did all this past week, and that's what we did today.
Haley, go ahead.
Hello. You guys have just done so many different details included in this Black Excellence meet, but for you personally, what was that one thing or like that one moment where you were like, okay, yes, like this is important, this is a big thing?
When we all changed our ending poses to the fist, especially my non-Black teammates.
Tukni?
Oh, I meant to lower my hand. My bad.
Coral, go ahead.
On vault, you guys have been putting out 5 gymnasts a couple times this season, and today Emma Andres made her debut and killed it. How important do you think it was to see her come out there and make a debut like that?
It was very important for us as her teammates to know that she has our back if we need her. And it was also inspiring to see her step up where we were lacking, and for her to do that vault, especially when her body isn't feeling 100%, and to do it as well as she did, that was really inspiring.
Any other questions for Nia? All right, thanks, Nia.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Have a great day.
Oh, everything's fine. Am I getting my mask on? No, yeah. A salad in my teeth, though.
All right, we're joined by Margzetta Frazier. Feel free to use the raise hand function for any questions.
Hello, Botte.
Technique, go ahead.
Hey Mars, what was it like finally getting out and performing in this meet, this Black Excellence meet, after you guys have spent so much time planning it?
We've been planning this for quite some time, several months, and for it to finally come into full effect and to full play and to finally perform it for the thousands and I hope millions of people that do happen to catch a glimpse of what we're doing, it feels very empowering and very fulfilling and very correct. And to the other schools that are doing the same thing, I applaud them. It's not an easy thing to do. And I'm just hoping that they can see past our gymnastics and really see the message that we're spreading, because the reason why I'm proud of this team is because we're more than just a gymnastics team. And the things we do are so much more fulfilling to the world.
I think Chris mentioned this week that there's been a lot of positive feedback from social media, but there was also a few negative comments in there. How did you guys handle that? Did that weigh on you at all as you were preparing to go into this meet?
I'm sure to the people who aren't used to those types of comments, it can weigh on them and bring on a big sense of guilt. But honestly, when it comes down to ignorance and people who hide behind a computer and want to feel important and want to stand out by spreading hate, all you can do is just feel bad for them if you even have the energy to do that, but just ignore it. And it's hard to do, but it's necessary. Why waste your breath with all of this beautiful information you're trying to knock on a door that's never going to open? Instead, we use our words to spread messages to the millions of people that want to learn and want to absorb and want to listen. So when it comes to hateful people, the most you can do is just be sorry and move on. So that's how we've been handling it.
Haley, go ahead.
Hello. You and Shay both in all around today. How do you two just motivate each other? And it's almost like success breeds success with you two. What's that dynamic like?
As soon as Shay came onto the team, she had the team's back immediately when it came to consistency and always being super positive and motivational in the gym. And I would say she was a big help to me in ways that she doesn't even know, because coming back from a detrimental injury last year, it did take some time for me to build my confidence back. But working alongside Shay and us uplifting each other in the gym and in competition has really helped. It was a catalyst to my growth, and I want to thank her for that, for always having my back. And she knows that I always have hers. And I was just telling her today how beautiful she's doing and how proud we all are of her and how special she is.
Coral, go ahead.
So you won the all around, Nia won a couple events, Shay won a couple of events, I think. How important is it to be able to show that kind of Black excellence at a high level in gymnastics and show that UCLA has so many Black athletes like that?
I would say Black excellence at UCLA is no stranger. Black excellence has been running through the veins of UCLA for the century that it's been open. So I would say continuing to not only carry on the legacy, but to implement educational factors into what we're doing is something extraordinary, and I'm blessed to be a part of it. And when it comes to Nia and Shay and Sakai and even Kyla coaching us, I can't think of a time where I've had that many Black women on a team beside me. I can't think of a time. And I just want to say that it's long overdue, but the fight that we've been putting on is well worth it. And big thank you to all the people before us, all the gymnasts, the alumni before us who did pave the way, those people of color that did have to undergo trials and tribulations to a broader extent than people of color are already going through today. Big thank you to them for setting the bar and the standard as high as they have been. And again, I'm very blessed and I'm very thankful and I'm very lucky to be on this team.
Tiffany, go ahead.
Mars, what does it mean to you to have everyone on the team change their ending pose of their floor routine to have the fist in the air?
Honestly, it did, in the best way possible, it did shake me to my core in a way that was so emotionally beautiful. And I'm still in the team huddle. I really wanted to say thank you to everyone for having our back. And sometimes the right thing to do can be scary and it can be frightening not to do it, but the backlash that you are bound to receive, no matter what direction you step in. And knowing that these women took the time since the summer to sit and to learn and to observe and to hear our stories means the world to me. And something as bold as a power fist, which is very historical to Black people, something that can be seen as evil by some ignorant people, for them to do that really meant the world to me. And I know it meant the world to the other girls as well. What they did, I hope they know how powerful and amazing that was. And I'm very deeply touched by what my team has done today and what they've been doing for the past few months, really, really putting in the work to make the world better and make themselves better.
Coral, go ahead.
Today on vault and on bars, you guys, I believe, had season highs, and a lot of you were sticking your dismounts. What do you think was the change that allowed you guys to get to that point of those little details?
I would say when it comes to confidence in the gym and getting our skills back, the first few months, we were able to do that. But I would say now we are in a mindset where we expect to be number one, we expect greatness, and we have earned that privilege to work on those details. So this week in the gym, our main focus was handstands. We probably did quadruple the amount of handstands on bars than we usually do. It was handstands, we focused on leaps, and we focused on sticking. And I can say that we can check every single box because that is what we paid attention to this week. So I can say just dialing in on those small details definitely was a game changer this meet.
Tiffany?
Mar, speaking to, about bars, what kind of energy has Sarah Julius brought to that rotation? She had a career high on bars today.
Sarah Julius is one of those very rare bar workers to wear everything. Not only does it feel effortless to her, but it looks effortless. And that is something that you cannot teach. So when it comes to her beautiful handstands, where she just really breathes and she takes her time, it's very difficult to be artistic on bars. And she does that. And again, that's something you can't teach. So her having that natural and beautiful gift and working extremely hard in the gym to be consistent and to be there in the lineup, to be there in the team, and then really putting on an amazing show today. We all see how hard she's been working in the gym, and for that to pay off today was why the team got so excited. Not because she stuck her to smile, not because she hit all of her handstands, but because she did what she was practicing and her sweat paid off. And that was why we all got so excited and so hyped, because the things that she did were the things that we were all working on together as a team.
Any other question for Mars? Okay, thank you. Much appreciated.
Have a good day.
All right, we're joined by head coach Chris Waller. We'll open it up to an opening statement, and then you can use the raise hand function to ask questions.
Well, first of all, I'm extremely proud of our team and our program for the messaging that we've put out during the week and leading up to this meet. You know, this meet was bigger than just athletics, and I'm especially proud of the way that we carried ourselves through the competition. You know, we started out really, vault was just one of the, probably the best vault rotation we've had this year. Stuck landings by just about everybody. And bars was certainly our best rotation of the year. Beam was obviously rough, but we came back and really proud of what we did on floor coming back after beam, and just showed a lot of character and grit. Happy that, you know, we went over 197. One of the things I'll share with you is that, you know, this week we had some themes for the week. Athletically, it was handstand week on bars, it was landings week and leaps week. And, you know, the entire team leaned into those themes and we got dramatically better in those areas. I mean, when you just look at our landings on vault alone, it is just incredible. So again, really, really proud of the team bouncing back after that 3-meet run, coming back on Monday, getting back to it and improving during the week.
Any questions for Chris? Tiffany, go ahead.
Chris, you mentioned Thursday, the last time I talked to, that you had a meeting with the team about kind of negative feedback you've received this week. How do you think the team just handled those emotions when they were kind of doing something that was very personal and very emotional for them?
Well, I mean, you know, we've met a couple times during the week to talk about it and just share with how we're feeling about it, give each other support through this. I mean, like I'd said already, you know, when you lead, you bring a lot of attention to yourself, and everybody's going to have an opinion, and it's really difficult, right? Leading's hard. Bottom line is all of our student athletes, and especially our Black student athletes, have, you know, been the brunt of a lot of terrible racist things that have come across social media directed at them directly and at our program. I mean, it's just exhausting, right? It is exhausting. It's difficult to endure that and not let that sting just go away immediately. It doesn't go away right away. That's why I'm proud of everybody on the team, because, you know, we started the meet today and you could feel that everybody had a shared sense of purpose. But you can also sense that, you know, there was a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Dylan, go ahead.
Hey, Chris, I was told that Nia Dennis used to be pretty shy, I guess, when she first came to school here. And I was just kind of wondering what it's been like for you to see her, you know, grow into the type of person who, you know, felt comfortable, you know, speaking out on a stage like she did today.
Yeah, Nia she wasn't just shy. She had a very, very difficult time expressing how she felt about things generally. She wasn't very communicative, within team meetings or even one-on-one. So, to see her take bold steps and to have the courage to share with the world and not just our team or her friends where she stands on things is a testament to her personal growth. She's turning into a great leader. She's turning into someone who is understanding better and better what she stands for, what she believes in, and then speaking about it and backing it up.
Thank you.
Coral, go ahead.
You quickly mentioned bars today and how it was, I believe, the highest score you've had since April of 2019. How important was it for you to see that improvement, and especially with Sarah Julius, who crushed it?
Yeah. Hugely important, right? Each time that on any event that we can have a breakthrough moment, you want to feed that, lean into it, keep bringing it back to your consciousness as belief that we can do that again. And what's so cool about what happened on bars and vault is that it didn't come out of thin air. It came out of a decision by the team to make changes. I just told them, like, what we're doing on bars isn't working. And so we got to do something different. And, people weren't scared of that. They felt the pressure and, they leaned into it and they're like, yeah, it isn't working. We got to do something different. So it is huge. It is huge. And you can bet that we're going to be talking about that. And, ultimately, like you see, we've put together a great performance on every single event. The next step for UCLA Gymnastics is to put together that sort of national championship quality performance on every event in the same day.
Turkey, go ahead.
When you say you did something different on bars, was it just the training leading up to this week? The practice schedule was a little bit different for that event, and you think it worked out well?
Is handstand week. We needed to hit our handstands, and we set the bar, 3 times higher than what we've set it in the previous couple months, to be frank with you. And in order to do that with a team, the team has to want to do it. They have to want to take that next step, and they did it enthusiastically. So yeah, that's it. We just made that standard unbelievably high, and people got after it. They're like, yeah, that's what we need. Let's go do it.
Coral?
On vault, you competed Emma Andres for the first time, and she, I believe, scored 9+, I think. No, not that high, but still good. Yeah, not quite. But how important was it for her to be able to come out there and make that debut and score pretty well?
I mean, if you would have told me that Emma Andres was going to come in the lineup and her score would count, like, I would have been, oh, okay, let's do that. She stepped up great. We spent the previous month and a half not only healing up her ankles, but also just priming her fundamentals on vault. And then we were able to this week to step up and actually do her competitive vault in practice. And she was completely pumped to get out there and compete. So a huge breakthrough for her. Also, it helps the confidence of the team, because you've got a little cushion there. Instead of going up with 5 competitors that have 995 or better vaults, now we've got 6. And when Sakai is healthy, hopefully really soon, well, then we've got 7. And that's what we want to be doing towards the end of the season, is getting our bench deeper, not thinner. And that's the direction we're going. So it was huge. I mean, yeah. Did anybody see Shay's vault, by the way? How was that? That was spectacular, wasn't it? Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Tiffany?
Were you intending to compete Emma the whole time, or was that kind of just you saw Shay score and then you let her go in? Because previously you had like scratched her late when you had 5 hit routines. So I was just wondering if that was a pre-decision that you made.
So in my mind, we were going to compete her either this weekend or next weekend. We just wanted to set her up physically and emotionally to be in a position to compete. And she warmed up brilliantly. And then when it was time to go, she's like, oh, heck yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. I want to do it. So, we were really, really hopeful she was going to come in, but like I said, our bench has to get deeper, not thinner. So if there was any doubt in her eyes in speaking with her right before we were going to go, it wasn't worth her competing because we need her healthy, right? I mean, the team needs her to be at her best in the next coming weeks.
Any other questions for Coach? All right. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All right. That'll conclude today's press conference. Thank you, everyone, for joining.